Hey y'all, I'm Raglan. Welcome to my channel. Around the middle of June last month, I did a vlog where I read 2 Book of the Month books, both of which were June picks for 2022. That was such an encouraging and motivating vlog. I had so much fun doing it. I loved both of the books that I read for the vlog, so I decided that for July I wanted to do another Book of the Month reading vlog, but this time I will be reading 4 books that are on my Book of the Month backlist. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share the 4 books that I'll be reading for this reading vlog. 3 of them are thrillers, and I think the 4th one is speculative fiction. I think kind of historical fiction as well, like a mix of everything. I don't really know what it's about, but yeah. Anyway, I got it because it's like supernatural, I think. Anyway, I'll talk about that book in a second, but I'll go ahead and share the 3 thrillers that I will be reading first. First, I'll be reading We Were Never Here. I think this is actually technically dubbed as mystery, but I don't know, it sounds like a thriller to me. It's about 2 besties who aren't really besties, and there's like revenge and murder and stuff like that. And then I'll also be reading A Flicker in the Dark. This book has been pretty popular. I feel like it has pretty good ratings for a thriller. Not sure what it's about, but I always gravitate toward the thriller picks when Book of the Month releases. Yeah, they're monthly picks. This one did come out in December of last year, and I think that is when I got it. I just haven't read it yet. So there's that one. And then third, I will be reading The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, not including his newest book, The House Across the Lake, which I did get in my July box. This is the last Riley Sager book that I have yet to read, so I'm excited to finally get to it. I did go ahead and purchase all of his books in the Book of the Month edition, so I have Home Before Dark, Final Girls, Lock Every Door, Survive the Night on my shelf back here. Got this one from Book of the Month, and then Home Before Dark is also coming from the subscription box. This is about summer camp. I assume people will get murdered. I don't really know what happens in that one. And then the 4th book that I'll be reading that is not a thriller is The Perishing. And I think I got this one in December of last year as well. Yeah, because I saw it had like the little ghost like book emoji. I think that's what they call them on Book of the Month. Yeah, the little ghost like emoji like underneath the cover. So yeah, I'm not sure what it's about, but we'll see. I haven't really seen this one around a ton on social media, so like I don't have any reviews or like any opinions to base my expectations off of, but maybe that's for the best with this one. I have no idea, but I'm very excited to get to it regardless. I did get this one as my free Book of the Month add-on for my birthday month in December as well. So yeah, that's the 4th book that I'll be reading for this vlog. I'm honestly not quite sure what I'm going to start off with, but I'm kind of leaning toward The Last Time I Lied. Yeah, I think I'm going to start off with this one. I have been really itching to read thrillers recently, and I really do want to read the last book from Riley Sager that I have yet to read, not including his newest book that just came out a couple weeks ago. So I think I'm going to go ahead and yeah, start with this one. My mind could change, my plans could change by the time I update this vlog, but for right now, this is what I'm leaning toward, and we'll see if this is what I start or if I start something else, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read The Last Time I Lied first for this vlog. As always, I'll be doing an update at the 50% mark and then again at the 100% mark. I will just be reading 1 book at a time for this vlog, so I'll be doing 50%, final update, 50%, final update, etc. for each of these books. I will have them all time-stamped down below if you're only interested in hearing my thoughts for 1 book. I will have, yeah, those down below in the description if you want to jump ahead. This will be non-spoiler. I don't do spoilers in my vlogs unless I specifically like mark it like on the screen. I think that's it for this intro thing. I'll update you all when I get halfway through my first book, which I think is going to be Riley Sager's book. Hey y'all, so I'm here with a 50% update for The Lies I Tell by Riley Sager. I reached the 50% mark like an hour ago on my way home from a little day out with my family, and all I can say about this book so far is that I am obsessed. This is a thriller about Emma, who has a couple of secrets that have not yet been shared with us about this one summer camp that she was at 15 years ago when her three cabin mates went missing. She's back at the same camp for the summer. The camp has reopened after all of, the bad things that happened there the first and last time that she was there before. And we're following Emma as she's like trying to figure out what happened that summer, if she can figure out answers as to where the three girls went, because they kind of disappeared and were declared dead, but their bodies were never found. And yeah, that's what this one is about. I'm loving it so far. It is so good. I love the back and forth between the past and the present. I kind of really like our main character as well. I think so far she's probably my favorite one out of all of Sager's other books that I've read. I'm not always the biggest fan of how he writes his female main characters. There's just something about the way that he writes them that really annoys me sometimes, but so far I'm really liking this one. I really like the atmosphere. It's very creepy. We're at this summer camp that's kind of I don't know, something's just not right about it. So yeah, that's this one so far. Absolutely loving it. My goal is to finish it tonight. I really think I can just binge it. I don't have anything else going on for the day because I really need to figure out what happened the summer that Emma's life kind of changed forever. So that's my update. This is shaping up to be a new favorite by Sager, so we'll see what happens in the end. I did also get my book of the month box yesterday, and in it, dun dun dun, yeah, his new book was an add-on for this month, which I am super excited about because this one came out in June, but it wasn't a June add-on or book of the month pick, so I was kind of nervous or upset that that was a pick because all of my other Sager books are book of the month and I really wanted matching. So super excited when I saw that they added his newest one to their July picks, so I grabbed it. I also got Ruth Ware's new book called The It Girl, as well as Firstborn by Will Dean. Super excited about all of these thrillers. I'm gonna try to get to them this month if I can, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that is all for this update. I am going to hop back on probably tomorrow when I finish The Last Time I Lied, hopefully with all good things, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, last night I finished reading The Last Time I Lied, and I'm very torn about this book. I gave it 5 stars, but now I'm questioning, is this my new favorite Riley Sager? Is it still Lock Every Door? I don't know what to think. I loved this book. But since 2020, Lock Every Door has been my favorite of his. But I think The Last Time I Lied might give Lock Every Door a run for its money. I don't know. I really enjoyed this book. I wasn't expecting the plot twists. I was actually gasping as I was reading it, especially as we got closer to the end. It was amazing. Wow. This is definitely up there. In my favorites. I've only given 2 of Sager's books 5 stars, one being The Last Time I Lied and the other being Lock Every Door. So these are both phenomenal in my opinion, but Lock Every Door was one of the first thrillers that I ever read, so maybe I should reread this one at some point and see if my opinion is still the same. The back of this book looks awful. There's scratches on it. I don't think it's part of the book cover. Whatever. Okay, anyway, so I finished this one, which means that this was the first book completed for this reading vlog. I decided to switch things up a bit, and instead of going right for another thriller, I'm going to read The Perishing. I did end up getting the audiobook for this one. I haven't listened to an audiobook in probably 2 or 3 months, so yeah, I need to get back into them. I love audiobooks. Yeah, I really like listening to them. So I grabbed the audiobook for The Perishing and plan to start tomorrow on the way to my grandparents' house. So yeah, we're gonna try to get to the 50% mark, and then I'll hop back on and update you all. No idea what this one is about. I know it takes place in the 1930s in Los Angeles. Maybe something about ghosts, I don't know. We'll find out. So when I hop back on and update you all, I will share what this one is about and I will share my thoughts on it. Hey y'all, I'm here with another vlog update for my book of the month vlog I did reach the 50% mark in The Perishing last night. I'm not loving it so far. This book is not quite what I expected it to be. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a little bit hard to keep track of at times. The Perishing has a not super great review on Goodreads. I think it's currently sitting at like 2.94. And yeah, not a lot of people are enjoying this one, which makes me sad. It does, it makes me sad. So before I kind of like go into more details about my thoughts on the book, let me share a synopsis. The Perishing is a speculative fiction book about this soul, this ghost, this immortal who finds herself living in different bodies. Now I think she has actually been like men and women like in her different bodies that she has like entered into, but we are following Lou and Sarah in this book. Louise, who goes by Lou, and then Sarah. Lou is in the past. She like lives during the 1930s, and then Sarah lives in like the 2100s, so into the future, even beyond like where we are right now, obviously 2022. I think we're in like 2103 or something like that. Yeah, for when we get to Sarah's POVs. And basically we kind of just like follow her life. Every time like she lands in a new body, she doesn't remember like anything. So when she wakes up and she is Lou, I believe, yeah, like she has no idea how she like ended up in the alley where she first like becomes this new body, whatever. And basically, yeah, we're just following between the past and the present, or the past and the future, I guess, as this immortal being like lives these different lives. It's not always like happy or like great. Yeah, that is basically what this one is about. Currently, I think it's fine. I would probably give this book 3 stars if I were to rate it right now. I do have the audiobook, which of course always does help. I'm a little bit confused at times, just like going back and forth, like trying to figure out like what exactly this immortal being is. I don't think Lou has any idea either. And I think that is kind of we follow for the most part. We do follow Sarah at times in the future, but from my memory of the first 50% of the book, we do follow Lou more than we follow Sarah. Yeah, just following her life, like trying to figure out like what exactly she is, because like she is also confused at times, not, you know, remembering anything from other lives or whatever. So like, for example, she got a tattoo with like her best friend, and the next day the tattoo was gone. Like nothing stays like on her skin. Like injuries, like they fade away after a couple of minutes. Yeah, things like that are going on. And I think she's trying to like figure out like why exactly, because she has no idea yet. So that's this book. Not loving it, not hating it, but I'm hoping to finish it today since I do have the audiobook for it, and that is helping me get through it, yeah, pretty well. So yeah, that is my 50% update, and I'll update you all one more time when I finish the book. All right, y'all, I'm here with another vlog update. It has been a couple of days since, yeah, I've updated the vlog. I did finish The Perishing a couple days ago. I gave this book 3 stars on my Goodreads. However, I feel as though that is kind of a fluid rating, and I might drop it down to 2 because I kind of just keep thinking about it and like, I just get more confused. So I did finish this one, gave it 3 stars. It was fine. I kind of was bored for a lot of it until the very end, and then things all of a sudden got super intense and it was kind of confusing. Regardless, I thought the concept was intriguing. I just am not sure if it was really, yeah, something that was super interesting to me in the end. I did have the audiobook, which I feel like helped a little bit, but overall, yeah, I wasn't super interested in this one overall, but it was fine. I gave it 3 stars. We'll see how long it stays like that on my Goodreads. But for right now, that is the rating that it has on my shelf on that app. Anyway, that one's done. I probably will forget about it very soon. But yeah, I'm going to move on back to thrillers, and I will be starting We Were Never Here by Andrea Bartz this week. I think that this is the one, the thriller, the book of the month thriller about like 2 best friends who are not like really best friends, and they like low-key hate each other, but they go on this camping trip together. And then there's something about somebody ends up dead and like revenge happens, or I don't know. But I believe that that is what this one is about. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like when I skimmed the little synopsis. So this is going to be my next read. I have seen mixed reviews of it on social media and like on the Book of the Month app. So we'll see what ends up happening and how I feel about it. Again, might grab the audiobook for it just because I haven't listened to one, like aside from the Perishing, I hadn't listened to any in a very long time, and I do enjoy audiobooks. So if there's one available for this, I might go ahead and grab it. I'm excited for this one. I have been on a really, really good thriller streak recently, so I have high hopes for it. Just because, yeah, I've been enjoying all the thrillers that I've picked up recently. So I'll update you all when I get to the 50% mark. That shouldn't take me too long. This is not a very long book. It's barely 300 pages, as tends to be the norm with Book of the Month picks. So yeah, I will update you all when I get to 50% and let you all know officially what it's about, share my thoughts on it, and then yeah, that seems to be about it. Hey y'all, so it is the same day as my last update, and in an unexpected turn of events, I've already reached the 50% mark and We Were Never Here. This book has like a 3.4 rating on Goodreads, or 3.5 rating. It's not like super high. I am personally enjoying the heck out of this book. It's thrilling, it's suspenseful, there's mystery going on. One of the main characters seems pretty awful to me, but like I want to know what happens to her. It's great. So my synopsis that I kind of mentioned in the last clip is a little bit accurate, but kind of not. So this is a thriller about Emily and Kristen, who have been best friends for 10 years. And every year they go on a trip together to a different country and just kind of vacation for a week or two. However, on their last two trips, somebody has ended up dead. And Kristen, I think, has killed both people in self-defense. But yeah, both of them have ended up dead, and they bury the bodies and they escape the country, whatever. The second time that this happens, 2 weeks later, that it's all over the news that this body was found in Chile, I believe, is where they were. Kristen killed somebody, said it was in self-defense, but they buried the body, ran from the country, whatever. Emily is starting to not trust Kristen at all, because when they got back originally, Kristen was totally fine. She would never bring up like what happened in Chile, and yeah, she was kind of just like acting like it never happened, like they were never there. And that's really like frustrating and stressing Emily out, because like she thinks that they need to talk about it because that was something really traumatic to go through. Kristen is a little bit sketch in my opinion. She is definitely pulling some strings in Emily's life and making her feel and act certain ways in my opinion. So she lived in Australia, Emily gets a boyfriend, and Kristen moves back all of a sudden, like back to Wisconsin, I think is where they live. She ruins the boyfriend's birthday plans for Emily, you know, does her own thing, and seems very like forceful and like she enjoys getting her way. So I don't like her a ton. I think that's the point. I'm loving it so far. I'm hoping to finish it tonight because I do have the audiobook, and the audiobook is really good in my opinion. That's this one. I'm personally loving it and cannot wait to see what happens, but for some reason it doesn't seem to be a favorite for most people. But yeah, I am personally loving it. So my goal is to finish this book tonight. It is like 8 o'clock or like past 8 o'clock, but not super late still. So yeah, I'm going to try to binge the rest of the audiobook. But yeah, this one is phenomenal so far and I am loving it. I'll update you all when I finish it. I'll probably update tomorrow because I have a good feeling about this one. And I'm kind of thinking, yeah, that I'm gonna fly through the rest of it in the next couple hours. I am super happy to announce that last night at like 11 p.m. I did finish reading We Were Never Here by Andrea Bartz. I really enjoyed this book actually. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought that this was a very twisty thriller about revenge and lies and secrets and people not being who they say they are. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun read. I will say that I did think that the ending was a little bit anticlimactic, but overall it was still super fun. Yeah, it has like a 3.5 rating on Goodreads. I gave it 4 stars. I think I enjoyed it more than most people seem to. But yeah, I just thought it was an entertaining thriller, kept me on my toes. I enjoyed having the audiobook to listen to as I was flipping through these pages. And yeah, I had a good time with it. A couple of hours ago, I did start reading A Flicker in the Dark. This is my final book for this reading vlog. This is again a thriller. I also have the audiobook for this one. Since getting back into them with The Perishing, I find myself, to be once again on an audiobook kick. So, started the audio for this one. The audio is like 11 hours long, so I can probably finish the book in 5 hours or so, 5.5 hours, I would say. I'm on chapter 2 or 3, I think. I'm on chapter, I don't even know what chapter I'm on. I think I'm on chapter 2, we'll just say that. I've listened to like 30 minutes of the audiobook, so however far that is, I just didn't move my bookmark to the right page. It doesn't matter. This is a thriller about our main character, whose name is Chloe, and when she was a young girl, a young child, 6 girls in her town went missing. I believe it was mentioned that her dad kidnapped them all. And killed them potentially. And he is in prison. It's like the 20-year anniversary when this story takes place. Chloe, I don't think, talks to her dad or visits her dad or anything like that. And she still is very much affected by what happened almost 20 years ago to those 6 girls from her hometown. As of right now, that's all I know. But it sounds like more teenagers are gonna go missing, and the terrifying summer that she lived through comes crashing back. And is it a copycat killer? Is it her dad? I don't know. We don't know. But it sounds really good. I'm enjoying this so far. I don't have a ton to say about it because I'm only maybe 15 pages into it so far. But it's really good. Anyway, I'm just staring at the book instead of talking to you all. So I started this one. Once I get to 50%, hopefully tomorrow after work, I will go ahead and update the vlog. This sits at 357 pages, which is a little bit longer than the other books I've read for this vlog, except for I guess the last time I lied. That one was kind of long too. But again, that's not like super over the top, but most of my book of the month books do tend to sit at right around 300 pages. So hoping that this one is captivating and atmospheric throughout the entirety of it. So far, so good. I'll update you all when I get to 50%. Hi, my friends. So, Stasia and I went live today for sprints for over 6 hours, which is super exciting, so much fun. Today's Stasia's birthday. And she didn't have any plans until her husband got off work, her family came into town. So, she decided that she wanted to go live and just do sprints to celebrate her birthday. So, just got off of that. During those sprints, and right at the end of the last sprint, I reached the 50% mark in A Flicker in the Dark, which is the last book that I needed to read for this reading vlog. This is a thriller about Chloe, whose dad was accused and who did murder 6 girls 20 years ago when Chloe was 12, I think. We're in the present time now. We're coming up on the 20-year anniversary of her father being accused of those crimes. He's in prison, like with no option of parole, and girls are starting to go missing again in the town that Chloe now lives in with her fiance Daniel, and she thinks that somebody is targeting her, like wanting her to remember, or like because of the connection with her dad and like the 6 girls that died back then. Like, is it a copycat murder going on? Is somebody like after Chloe for some reason, like wanting to prove a point or like show her something by doing the same thing now that her dad did 20 years before? We don't know, but Chloe is, definitely freaking out, as one does in situations such as this. She is a psychologist who has a little bit of a pill problem. She, puts in prescription like requests at the pharmacy under her fiance's name, and then she's the one who takes the pills, uses them to kind of help her, like, keep up with everything going on in her life, to kind of stay steady in the midst of all this happening, / like living with the memories of her father, her mother, who is still alive, but cannot walk, talk, whatever, because she tried to, yeah, commit suicide after her father went to prison. There's just a lot going on right now, and Chloe is struggling a lot. So that's what this one's about. Trigger warnings for it definitely include kidnapping, murder, drug addiction, yeah, so far. So yeah, that's what this one is about. I am personally really enjoying it so far. I did get the audiobook for it. I think the audiobook is super well done. I'm really enjoying listening to it. I hope to finish this book by tonight. I can finish it, sorry, stuff going on in the kitchen. I can finish it in like 2.5 hours, I think, if I just keep the audiobook popped in while I'm doing stuff, like whatever I need to get done or laying in bed or whatever. Didn't have work today, which was super nice. So I do plan, yeah, to knock this one out of the park so that I can go ahead and wrap up this vlog. If I finish this one tonight, then or like whenever I finish it, my book of the month bookshelf, like the stats that they have every year for like the yearly challenge, will be going up a bunch. Like I'll have read 10 or 11 out of the 12 books just in general. I'll have read 1 of 3 debuts that they have for that challenge. And then I've already completed the 400 plus prompt that they have on that that book of the month bookshelf challenge thing. And then I can get a prize. So I'm getting closer to that, which is super exciting. Once I finish this, I'll be closer, which would be so nice. But yeah, that's this one so far. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm anticipating it to be a 4 or 5 star read by the time I get to the end of it, but we'll see what ends up happening. I will hop back in here one more time after I finish this book to do a wrap up and yeah, share a quick overview of what I read yeah, throughout this vlog. So I'll catch you all tonight, tomorrow, whenever I finish this book, and I will give you all my final updates. Hello my friends, I'm here with my final vlog update for my July book of the month reading vlog. So 2 nights ago, I finished reading A Flicker in the Dark. I gave this book 5 stars. I've actually already passed it along to my aunt, hoping that she reads it because this is probably one of the best thrillers that I've read so far this year, and I loved it. Every time I thought I had all the answers and I thought I knew what was gonna happen, boom, that's not what happened. There were multiple plot twists that happened during the last like little section of the book, and I was sitting there with my mouth open. I was in shock. I love this book so much. Definitely one of my new favorite thrillers, one of the best ones that I've read so far in 2022. I loved it. Super glad that I finally picked it up. I hope my aunt reads it and loves it. I cannot wait to hear her thoughts if she does end up reading it. So that officially concludes this book of the month reading vlog. Let me do a super quick overview. I only have 2 of the books that I've read now, but I don't really feel like grabbing them. So first I read The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I gave this book 5 stars. I loved it. This is tied now with Lock Every Door as one of my, or as my favorite Riley Sager book. I also read The Perishing. This book I gave 3 stars. It is a speculative fiction. Yeah, gave it 3 stars. It was fine. Not my favorite though. And then I read We Were Never Here. This is a thriller about friends who aren't quite what they seem, and I gave that book 4 stars. I thought it was so much fun. And then finally, I read A Flicker in the Dark, gave this book 5 stars, one of the best thrillers that I've read so far in 2022. So that officially wraps up this reading vlog. I hope you all enjoyed, maybe gave y'all some book recommendations of what to pick up in the next couple of months. Maybe if you're interested in any of these books, feel free to comment down below and let me know if you've already read them. Feel free to share your thoughts with me again in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you all thought of these books if you have already read them. Thank you all so much for watching this reading vlog, and I'll see you all in the next video.